What's good, Toiletarians? It's your Master Toilet Terry. Yes, I'm back. I know it's been a while. It's been a minute, but I'm back. Everything's great. And, okay, so I know we may have some older folks out there watching tonight. And by older folks, I mean folks that are probably around my grandparents' age. Yeah, my grandparents are all still alive, believe it or not. And yeah, I know that may sound very painful at the age of 18. Practically, you're technically an adult and you've still got all these grandparents on your back. But no, it's not bad. I love my grandparents, they're awesome. They've taught me a lot throughout my lifetime, and they still do. They continue to teach me more and more. And by what I mean by teach me and by more and more is they've taught me a lot about how the older you get, the crazier you get. And how old folks, most of the time, are just crazy, whacked out of their mind. Now, I know the word that comes to most of y'all's minds when I say that. Alzheimer's, right? People make such a big deal about Alzheimer's. I don't know what the big deal is. What's not so great about getting to meet new people every day of your life? I had a great-grandmother with Alzheimer's before she died. My grandfather's name is Mike, right? So take this one for example. I walk into the nursing home to visit her. She's dying. She looks at me and she goes, "Oh, hey, Mikey." Well, maybe I take that back. Maybe it's not that you get to meet new people every day. It's just that you can fuse names of people you know from one another. Yeah. I take that back. That's so very, very sad. Yeah, disease is very sad. In all seriousness, it's very sad amongst old folks. But what's even sadder than disease amongst old folks is, you know, when you had a talent when you were very young, the most sad thing about old people is when they've had a talent when they're very young that they can't do anymore. Take my grandmother, for example. She used to love to sing, especially in church, and especially in front of church congregations too. She would sing up a storm, right? She can't sing anymore because something happened with her vocal cords, but I remember, you know, she used to really be really good. She even did that at my high school graduation. My graduation was in a church. She was singing, right? She was singing along like, I can't even demonstrate. It was so bad. My fellow graduates were just turning around like, where's that singing coming from? They were trying not to bust out laughing in the middle of worship time because of my grandmother. I'm not even joking. Don't get me wrong though, she's awesome. She is a very well-spirited, well-gifted person, very on fire for Jesus. I remember one time in church, she told me, "Oh my gosh, I usually listen to the preacher's sermon, but right now I'm so tired I could fall asleep and start fading in and out of existence during the sermon. I'm so sleepy." I looked at her immediately and was like, "Granny, knowing the person that you are, you'd probably fall out in the spirit before you fell asleep." Yeah, she's a very well-gifted, you know, kind Christian lady, very well-mannered. Well, actually, maybe except for one thing. She passes gas a lot out loud. My little cousin and I were once talking about that, and he told me a story about how she once farted in the car with him. He said that it was so bad that he literally had to roll down the windows. And according to my Nana side of the story, she was just busting out laughing the whole time she was telling the story. And she was like, "Oh my gosh," he started rolling down the windows. He even tried to escape through the sunroof. And I was like, "No, come back, come back." It must have been really bad because he actually made a run for it. My cousin, however, later told me sides of the story that, you know, I knew were just too much to be true. I knew they were made up. I knew he was making it up. He was like, "Oh yeah, I actually did escape, and then 2 officers spotted me, and then they started chasing after me, and I punched both of them square in the face." And I was like, I don't believe that for a second. I remember later on that day, we were about to get in the car with her, and he looks straight up at Nana, and he's like, he does his boss pose, and he's like, "Nana, we're getting in the car. I need you to promise me one thing. You have to promise not to fart." And she was like, I'll do my best. And he goes, no, there's no try. Just don't do it. There is one thing that we youngins these days, on average, know about older folks, is that they are not familiar with the modern world. Take my granny on my dad's side, for example. She hates rap music. She hates it. If you ask her how she felt about rap music, she would, in her thick country accent, be like, oh, I hate rappers, especially black rappers. Ugh. I'll be like, Granny, you racist. And she goes, I don't care. I hate black rappers. Well, she's from Alabama anyway, so that must be where that pretty much explains where she gets it. that explains where she gets it very clearly. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more content in the future. I am Toilet Terry, and I guess toilet out.